You have started things before, maybe many things: a business, a channel, a project, a plan, a habit, a version of yourself you were determined to become. And you stopped. And then at some point, you started something else. And you stopped again. And now you're here, starting again. And somewhere in the back of your mind is a voice that has been keeping count. Counting every time you began something and did not finish it. Building a case against you, using your own history as evidence that you cannot be trusted. That you are someone who starts but never finishes. That this time will be no different. I want to talk to that voice today because it is wrong. We have been taught to think about starting over as going backwards, as if life is a straight line, and starting over means returning to zero. And life is not a straight line. And starting over does not return you to zero. It never has. Every time you started something, even if you stopped, you carried something forward. You carried information. You learned what did not work. You learned something about your own resistance. You learned something about what you actually want versus what you thought you wanted. You learned something about timing, about resources, about the gap between your version and your current capacity. None of that learning disappears when you stop. It stays. It compounds. The person starting over for the third time is not the same person who started the first time. They are wiser, more realistic, more self-aware, more prepared, even if they do not feel that way. Starting over is not going back to zero. It is a beginning again from a higher floor. There is a kind of construction that is invisible while it is happening. When you start something and stop, you feel like you built nothing. But you did. You built tolerance for beginning. Most people never begin at all. The fact that you begin repeatedly means something important about you. You have not given up on the idea that your life can be different. That is not a small thing. That is everything. You also built something else. Every attempt clarifies. The first time you start something, you are working with a blurry picture. You think you know what you want, but the picture is not sharp yet. The second time, the picture is little clearer. The third time, clearer still. By the time you start something for the fourth or fifth time, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly where the obstacles are. You know exactly what you need that you did not have before. That clarity, that hard-won, experience-built clarity is worth more than any amount of talent. Talent without clarity wanders. Clarity without talent still builds. I want you to think about two people. Person A has never failed, never started something and stopped, never risked something and lost. They have one attempt and it worked. Person B has started 7 times, stopped 5 times, lost twice, and is starting again. Who would you rather be? Most people say person A. But person A has one data point, one experience, one set of skills, one reference point for what is possible. Person B has 7. Person B knows how to begin when they are afraid. Person B knows how to recover when things fail apart. Person B knows something about their own resilience that person A has never been tested on. Person B is not someone who keeps failing. Person B is someone who keeps learning. And the person who keeps learning, no matter how many times they fail, will eventually build something that the person who never tried cannot even imagine. So if you are starting again, let me give you something practical. One shift. Stop starting with motivation. Motivation is the reason most starts fail. Motivation is a feeling. And feelings are weather. Some days they are there, some days they are not. If your start depends on how you feel, your start will stop the moment you stop feeling it. Start instead with a system. A system is a decision made in advance, so you do not have to decide again when the feeling is gone. Not a big system, not a complex system. The smallest possible version of the thing you want to build, done at the same time, in the same way, consistently. Not when you feel inspired every time, whether you feel it or not. One page, one recording, one step at the same time every week. That is a system. And a system, even a small one, outlasts motivation every single time. This time is not different because you feel more ready. This time is different because you are building a system instead of riding a feeling. If you are starting over right now, I want you to hear something. The fact that you are here reading this, listening to this, means the version of you that wants more has not given up. It keeps coming back. That is not weakness. That is the one of the most powerful things a human being can be. Relentless. Not fast, not perfect, not fearless, just relentless. You are not someone who keeps failing. You are someone who keeps trying. Those are completely different people. I am Zeno. This is Made from the Scratch, and I will see you in the next one.